You cross the western part of the continent without incident. The closer you get to Canyon Brook, however, the more worrisome is the look on the faces of the people you meet along the way. An innkeeper tells you, "Something bad looms over the city. The mysterious hooded ones are roaming through the streets. Be careful." Your advisors agree. "We had to get into trouble eventually, haven't we? We must get the watchtowers under our control." Here we are, set up for Chapter 5 in our playthrough of the solo campaign of Expedition in Newdale. Reminder, this is the same campaign that you'd be playing through multiplayer, just this is the solo player version of it, but all the maps and everything else is still the same. Speaking of maps, you'll notice we now have an up and down map as opposed to a left and right map, so the layout on the screen is a little different than you're used to in these. Everything else is still the same, though. We have our deck of cards, to which I'm going to be getting myself dealt 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and keeping 5 of those. Alright, so I do have my starting hand of 5. I have Rabbit as my worker helper person, and what they're going to allow me to do is draw 2 figures from the bag. Until the end of this round, they count towards the labor market for you only. Return them to the bag afterwards, and I'll flip them over. It's a one-time use type of thing. Got my coal mine, got all my other stuff. I will say off to the side, in case this comes up while we're doing our speed through, is our 2 hooded ones. There's going to be an event card that adds these to the bag and takes out, I believe it's 2 yellow ones. And then what happens is when I draw the hooded one figures, they do go to the market, but they don't count as any color, so they're technically hindering my progress. If you're unsure on how to play the game, go ahead and check out my previous plays. I'm going to do a super fast playthrough. I'm going to flip over a card. It's going to have some assistants on it. Those assistants are going to help me produce stuff. I'm going to lay out my discs. I will then draw 4 more workers from the bag. I will then resolve my disc in numerical order. After that, I will build a building. When I build a building, I take a building from over here, put it on the map, possibly getting victory points or a tile if I only build 1. If I unlock this tile, I can build up to 2 away and still get that. Otherwise, my typical range to build a building is 2. Unlock that, it is 3. And then I'll trigger any 6 cards at my end. I'm going to do this for 7 rounds, which is when this will be empty. I am then going to score, I'm going to need to have at least a military strength of 6, otherwise I fail, and then 52 points. I'm going to get points from every 5 coins left on my building is going to give me a point. My secret objective, so I want to be on either these monoliths or this example of a little scroll tabard banner thing. And I will get points for buildings. As you can see on this one, that's its point value. Again, needing to have 52 or more to win. A couple of different things about this map specifically. You'll notice a couple spots have this 2 foot, and then there should be a 3 foot up there. This requires 2 movement. So if I go here, if there was one of these here, I wouldn't get it. There is none, so that doesn't really matter. And then to cross this 3-1, I'll need to unlock that tile first. That gives me that range of 3. There are 3 locations you'll see with this symbol. If I build a building in those areas, I then unlock that to where I can, in a later turn, put my disc and do what it says. This is you're going to get a coal for every red and blue worker in the market. This is draw a card for every yellow. This is draw a card and then get a point for every green. You'll see this little channel thing here. If I'm going to build from here to up there, I need to spend 6 additional coins to be able to use that channel. There are 3 starting cities, so depending on which way you came into this game, whether you played 4A or 4B, determined which one you played. If you played 4A, you came up on Creekside. I played 4B, so I'm in Thickthorn. You do not get the starting bonus. In a future game, I am going to be starting at Canyon Brook. I believe that is the basics of that board and all that you need to know about that. So I think we are going to just go ahead and get started. So because I said I needed 6, that's why I kept the 2 small watchtowers. Normally I don't start with watchtowers because I want to try and get the ability to build stuff up, but seeing as that's going to need those and these do give me cards, I figure I'd focus on those, and looking, their discount does apply if I get there, which is going to give me a discount when I get those. So all of that kind of led me to, let's go ahead and grab these guys while I can. So with that being said, let's flip over the first card. The first card is Journeyman. Phase 3, draw 6 figures from the bag instead of 4. So and it has 1 of each. I know that needs that. Because I'm drawing 6, I have a very high likelihood that I'm going to be able to play or do that produced well. And I think I want to unlock that range one right out of the gate for the game. Plus it's going to give me 2 points, which gives me 2 cards. And that should still hopefully leave me enough to where I can build one of the Watchtower and really build up my hand to begin with. So now that we did that, we are going to grab our bag and draw out 6 this time instead of the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Whew! So that's a lot of green and a lot of yellow. So first thing we do is we're going to spend our 4 off of here, which lets me unlock one of these. So we are going to get rid of that one to increase my range. That gives me 2 victory points, which lets me draw 2 cards. I will now trigger this. So there's 2 and 1, and then I need 2 more, which I have. So I have 4 yellow and 1 there. So that gives me the 4 I just spent, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I am going to do the chain, which is spend that one, which gives me that one, and then 1 for the chaining bonus. So now I know I was originally saying I was going to do the Watchtower, but I should probably actually get something else out there that can help get me coins. So I may do the clay pit instead. Seeing as it's only 4, and seeing as I got my range, I'm not beholden to that one. I could come up here and get another point, but still grab that one, and then work my way over here with the monolith. Yeah, I think that's what we're actually going to do. We are instead going to, so we drew, we resolved these, bring this one back, and now we are going to build. So we are going to spend 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This doesn't give any form of discount. And I think, let's go ahead, I think we're going to put this guy down here. And I just realized my board's low. So we'll just push this up some. And I can tuck that a little bit there. So this one, so I can produce either 1 by having 1 less, and blue is the hardest one to come by. Or if I think I can easily do the 2, I produce 4. So I think that's a good spot for that one. Although it doesn't chain, I already changed my mind. We're coming up here, like so. Because I want to have the ability to get more of that, and because it doesn't have a chaining bonus, I'm beholden to the 1 or the 4. At least this way I could get 2. So with that, we put a building out here, because I now have a range of 2 and 3. We're going to go 1 and 2, which gives me 1 point. And then I can grab any of these. So I was originally going to go for that one, because that gives me a discount. But I have 4 green guys, so I could trigger that, and no, I think this is the better one. Because I can grab that one possibly next time, depending on where I go. Well, I might go over there. So we'll grab this and just throw that right down there for now. What happens in a future turn, I can flip this over to have a 4 discount when I go up there to get an extra disc. So that was that one. That moved me up to 1. I grabbed that marker. Going across, I would trigger any 6s. I do not have any 6s. So that is the end of this round. Alrighty, so now we are going to fast forward through 2 through 6. I'll join you back here on 7. So enjoy the speed play, or check down below for the timestamps if you want to just jump right to round 7. All right, we're about to begin our final round. So right now I'm at 2, 3, 4, 5 fists. So I can either get the barracks, but I'm going to see if I can get the fortress out and the abattoir, which is a lot of coins. But that's worth 10 points. That's only worth 3, but I can double the cost of all of my cattle. So I'm going to probably find somewhere I can build that with a discount, which would be right here is a possibility. And so is right there. So that would be 33 and 18, so 40, 51. And right now, see, I produce my corn farm, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. Seems a bit lofty, but we'll see where we go. I may end up just maybe going barracks instead. So that does mean we are going to put 1 on this build and then see where we go. Oh, let me flip this over. We're going to be drawing out 6 figures instead of 1. It gives us 1 of each. I have this 1 discount. I have that 1 yellow. And I haven't used Rabbit's ability yet. So I have a good feeling I can produce a lot. I didn't get many high-scoring buildings out here. And that's going to be, I think, one of my issues. So I think we can get that done. And I think we can get that done. So I guess that's how we're going to go. And then we'll make our decision from there of how we're going to do this. So 6 figures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's go ahead and use rabbits, which gets me 2 more. 1, 2. Of course, that she gets one of the hooded ones. And then I have this yellow one. So because I'm the only one playing, I am just going to put them all out here. We have that. We have a lot of green. We have a blue. We have a couple of reds. And we have our 1 hooded guy. All right. So we have the 1, the 2, and the 2 extra. So this does produce 1, 2, and 3. We have our 2 green. We have our 2 yellow. We have 2 extra. So that's going to produce 3. And then I have these 2, so we'll discard those. So that's another 3. Like so. So now when we do the math and see if it's even worthwhile to build the abattoir with the fortress. So the fortress we said is 33. So that's 10, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 33 is almost everything I have, which leaves me that 2, which means that was probably a wasted thing. So instead, let's go ahead and just build our fortress right away. So 10, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 33. And we'll get that fortress out. And we'll take our house. And where did we just say? So that gives me 1 point if I go there. Anywhere else with the little discount guy? That's a discount guy, which I could use that to produce some coal and get some stuff. Anywhere else with a discount that would give me something cool? Nope. So we are going to go there with it and grab that guy right there. And then let's go ahead and use this. So this is going to give me 1 coal per green. 1, 2, 3, 4 coal. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Plus a point. And then if I use that one, I can discard 2 cards to get a point per yellow, which I think I am going to do. Let's discard these 2, which is a point per yellow. So that's 3. 1, 2, 3, which lets me draw 2 cards and hope I can get something that's going to be worthwhile to put out. So that's that one. And I'm not using this one. This is 1 less worker to fill something. I don't have any ore, so I can't do that. So that was all of my bring back. Now we can do the build or draw 2 cards. So now I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is there anything out here I can build for 6? I can build that sawmill. Alright, so we're going to build this for 2, 3, and 4. Doesn't really matter where it goes, so we'll bring these guys down here. So I have that up there for easy point calculation. We'll put mine so I can do a distance of 3. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, which gives me a point, like so. And that's going to be a monolith that gives me endgame points. So that's it for the normal turn. So now at this point, you do put all these these back. And that's important because if you have a, I think it's called a vinery out, that their points are based on how many workers you have out. At this point, they're not worth anything. Alrighty, so now we can do the final chaining. I can do this to my cattle farm, although that's only at 4. Oh, I can do this to my coal mine, so I can actually even end up at the 5. And this does nothing. We do our final production on our corn farm, like so. Now we go into end game scoring. So first thing we do is we have our 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We do have our fists, so now we keep going. So in this instance, this is the multiplayer card, so whoever has the most ones would get 4, 2, 1. Main objective, we accomplish the 5 coins. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that gives us 1 point. Our secret objective, so we have a monolith, so that's 2, that's 4, that's 6, that's 8, that's 10. So that's the only one I didn't get to. So that's 10. And then points on buildings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 24. So 10, 20, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yay! So I pulled out the victory by 1 point. So those definitely did help getting those 2 last fortresses, and that as much as I hemmed and hawed about it, that was definitely worthwhile because I forgot I was going to produce the 2 here and that I could trigger that. So this is actually a 3-point play, and I won by 1, so obviously it was necessary. Alrighty, so that was Chapter 5. As I said, we have just started the back half. So join me next time for Chapter 6, where we are actually starting in Canyon Brook and going from there. Plus the hooded ones are out next time. So if you want to be alerted when that video does drop, you can go ahead and like the channel and subscribe and ring the bell. You can also like the video and share it, and then even comment down below if you've played through this campaign, and if so, what was your win-loss record? Alrighty, until next time, I am the Groom, continuing the expedition. The increasing number of encounters with the hooded ones worries you. What awaits you in Canyon Brook? As a precaution, you carefully inspect every bridge you encounter along the way before crossing it. A wave of relief washes over you when you finally arrive in the city. The city.